Some Lido Beach residents have started an online petition to stop redevelopment of a pool and pavilion. Tonight we find out why they're against those plans.
Plus, a shakeup in the new Sarasota County School District Police Force. We'll hear from the man set to take over as the new school police chief.
And how our local lifeguards report red tide beach conditions to Mote Marine Lab. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Topping our news at 5, people who live near and frequent the Lido Beach Pool and Pavilion are not happy about plans to develop that property.
They've started an online petition and collected thousands of signatures to fight those plans. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live with more on their complaints. Dwayne?
Well, Jacqueline, Scott, the folks signing this petition say Sarasota residents and visitors appreciate Lido for what it is and not for what this plan proposes it to be.
The signs are strategically placed on lawns all over Lido Key. Google and sign petition, Save Lido Pavilion. And 2-year resident Shelly Jones is jumping on board.
I got it. There we go.
Jones, along with more than 3,700 concerned citizens, signed a petition to keep developers from modifying and adding to the Lido Beach Pool and Pavilion.
And this is a family island. It's not necessarily a place where people whoop up their heels and everything. People come here to relax.
The proposal, adding a 200-seat restaurant, a tiki bar, and a splash pad for kids. The plans have been a source of controversy since the Sarasota City Commission approved a lease with the developer.
There's car pollution, noise pollution, light pollution. It's all about the money. And I think for someone to come in here and put a business that's going to benefit only himself and not the tenants on the island, I don't think that's very fair.
But representative from Lido Beach Redevelopment LLC, Troy Seipert, says most of these items that are being added were pulled out of a plan created by the Lido Beach Resident Association 8 years ago.
They created an ad hoc committee. They then took that plan to the city of Sarasota. The city of Sarasota looked at the plan, liked the concept of what they were doing. They then put that out for public bid, and we were the respondent that the city picked.
Seipert says the current buildings would be refurbished and remodeled. He also argues the new elements would be less of a destination and more of an amenity for beachgoers.
The beach is the big draw here, and that is what most people seem to be looking at and missing is we are going to be an accessory to the beach. We're not the draw.
But for Jones, it's that accessory which is the problem.
There is no evening crowd here. This island closes up. There's Siesta Key down the way, which has always been known for young people and partying and drinking and all sorts of other things. And this is just not the place for it.
Now, the Lido Beach application is due to come back to City Commission for final consideration. They are looking at December 4th for a potential time for the hearing. Reporting live on Lido Key, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, thank you. There are still some unanswered questions after an abrupt change in leadership within the Sarasota County School District. The district's new police chief was demoted, and the head of safety and security is no longer with the district. The focus is now on the new police chief, Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Captain Timothy Enos. Captain Enos is highly regarded in the school district, working with students there for nearly all of his career through youth services. His plan is to focus on continued training, keeping the focus on protecting the students. Enos says he looks forward to bringing all local law enforcement departments together to work in unison.
What I'm going to be doing is going out and talking to the principals and reconnecting with them and meeting the new ones, as well as all of the officers that are in the police department, and just going out there and beginning that initial dialogue to say, hey, you know, what's going on, how's everything going, and what can I do in order to help.
Captain Enos will be a Sheriff's Office employee for the next 30 days as he transitions to the school district. He still has to go through all of the necessary screenings and background checks and then be approved by the school board. And tonight on ABC 7 at 7, the COO of Sarasota County Schools, the chair of the Sarasota County School Board, the executive director of School Safety and Advocacy, and the education reporter for the Sarasota Herald Tribune will all join Alan Cohn to talk about these recent changes.
Have you ever wondered how Mote Marine Lab updates its beach conditions in real time at least twice a day? Well, it turns out Sarasota County lifeguards are the ones to thank. This is Mote's website where beach conditions for 6 Sarasota County beaches are reported. For 11 years now, lifeguards have been using an app developed by Mote to report conditions in real time at 10 o'clock in the morning and 2 in the afternoon each day. A lifeguard chief with Sarasota County tells us just a few conditions lifeguards are able to report.
We report the conditions, what flag we're flying, a beach conditions flag, what the waves are, what the surf temperature is. During red tide, is there aerosol? Do we smell anything? Are there dead fish, or are there other debris on the beach, on the shoreline? So behind me is the Mote's website that when we input the data, it pops up automatically on the screen because, as you know, beach conditions can change from one minute to the next.
Montgomery says the health department also works alongside lifeguards and Mote Marine. He says the health department will come out and test the water when changes do happen.
Great tool to use if you're going to head out to the beach. Maybe you're not sure of the conditions,
Yeah,
and just check that and you'll have real-time conditions, which is good. Let's get a check now on our conditions outside with our weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. You can also report your own conditions of red tide to the FWC as well by going to their website and filling out a report. So if you're not at an area that has a lifeguard and you do get the red tide, you can report that as well. We are looking at the Sarasota Bay webcam showing some high clouds around, but lots of sunshine we've had today in the mix. But boy, big changes are in store for us as we are anticipating a good chance for showers and even a few thunderstorms on Friday. Right now, the timing of those, it looks like late tomorrow afternoon and evening is when we're going to see our best chances as this front approaches. Now, we're not expecting anything severe like they saw in the lower Mississippi Valley yesterday, but there could be some thunderstorms in the mix tomorrow afternoon. Right now, some showers offshore. Those have a chance of working their way onshore throughout the next several hours, so maybe a few spotty showers. This one is moving off to the northeast, so folks, Siesta Key, maybe Lido could get this in about an hour's time from now if it holds together. Some inland storms are around as well. The weather headlines, a few showers this evening are possible. Showers mainly tomorrow afternoon and night. We will also see another round of showers, and it could be an all-day rain on Sunday. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The accused gunman in Saturday's anti-Semitic attack appearing in court today as more funerals for victims are underway. Bernice and Sylvan Simon laid to rest today in the very same synagogue they exchanged vows in more than 60 years ago. Rabbi Jeffrey Myers was there when the shooting began and says he remembers hearing Bernice yell out.
Yeah, I heard one woman, I think I know who it was. My husband's been shot, screaming. And then that was quickly, and then afterwards she was silenced. I know who it was my congregant.
Well, he was charged on 44 counts, including federal hate crimes. Robert Bowers pleading not guilty and requested a jury trial at this morning's arraignment. It's likely prosecutors will seek the death penalty. But the community there in Pittsburgh says this week is not about him or what he did. It's about honoring the lives of those gone too soon.
Meanwhile, here on the Suncoast, the community is also looking to honor those who were killed. The American Jewish Committee and the Jewish Federation of Sarasota Manatee encouraging people to attend Suncoast synagogues this weekend. The Show Up for Shabbat initiative was launched after last weekend's attack in Pittsburgh. The goal, to fill synagogues in a demonstration of solidarity and unity against anti-Semitism and hate.
ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now, and October is in the past, and we're starting November on a good note.
Absolutely. You know, Monday I was here with my Pepto-Bismol. Been up 3 days in a row. Maybe I'll keep it around more often.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. As Scott just said, the month of November off to a terrific start. As you're about to see, the lowest gain of the day was better than 1%. Frankly, a lot of things behind it. The momentum of gains the last couple of days, and President Trump coming out and saying trade deals with China seem to be getting better. And we closed at the high of the day. All very, very positive signs. Let's take a look at the numbers, and impressive they are. There you see a third straight up arrow, 265 points for the Dow, 25,380.74, a gain of 1.06. Remember that number, on volume of 1,237,000,000 shares. The NASDAQ, the big winner of the day, up 1.75%, more than 128 points, closing at 7,434.06. That on volume of 2,316,000,000 shares. And remember I said, remember 1.06? Well, there it is again. The S&P and the Dow absolutely the same on a percentage basis. The S&P up 28 points at 2,740.37. Well, how about some good news from a local company? That certainly was the case today. PGT Industries, which is based in North Venice, as they say, came out with absolutely spectacular earnings today. Blew it away. Wall Street said, and the stock was up by a whopping 15%, 15% in one day. Sales are absolutely tremendous. The company has exceeded expectations of Wall Street consensus for 4 consecutive quarters. And oh, by the way, just this year, shares of PGT were up 20% before today. And in the last 12 months, their shares have been up 43%. That's also before today. So sure is nice to see a local company doing very, very well.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Well, some late news coming down from Apple today.
Yeah, and it's a little, the earnings didn't come out till 4:30, and the market closes at 4. And they looked good on the surface, but the aftermarket, the shares were down, so stay tuned for tomorrow morning. Be interesting. Stock probably going to open lower.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, an update on the latest red tide conditions after FWC released its midweek report.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will have a look at your first alert forecast. Plus, can an Apple Watch identify irregular heart rhythms? We'll tell you about a new study with promising results.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
There are lots of people who are confused about which Medicare plan is right for them.
Hey, that's me. I barely know where to start.
Well, start here with me, Karen. I'm a licensed Humana sales agent.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm John Smith.
Hi, John. At Humana, we know you're unique, so you have different needs from other John Smiths.
Yeah, I've always thought so.
And together, we can find a plan that's right for you.
Great. I go to the doctor a couple of times a year, and I have some prescriptions, but I'm never fully sure of what's covered and what's not.
With Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, you get coverage for hospital stays, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable and sometimes no monthly plan premium.
Do you have any more information?
Sure. I'll get a decision guide in the mail to you today. They're free.
Finally, someone who understands the real me.
Your health and happiness is important to us. Call or go online now to get your free decision guide. Call a licensed Humana sales agent today.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I was so congested, and neti pots, drugs, and nasal sprays were just not doing the job. I was sure nothing would work until I tried the My Pure Mist Free Steam Inhaler. My doctor told me that steam is a really effective natural decongestant. With my little personal spa, I am free to breathe. It's the only cordless and the only ultra pure steam inhaler. If allergies or sinus congestion is holding you back, you need to try the My Pure Mist Free.
Get the cordless My Pure Mist at Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walgreens, or Amazon.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
An update now on red tide after Florida Fish and Wildlife releases its midweek report. Higher bloom concentrations were found in the waters off Manatee and Sarasota counties over the last week. Concentrations patchy areas along both Sarasota and Manatee County beaches. Respiratory irritation also reported in some areas in both counties. FWC, though, says bloom concentrations decreased in Charlotte County, so things may be a little better there, but you can see a lot of red on the map, unfortunately. Not what we want to see.
No, not at all. It's a really big uptick as far as that goes since Michael moved through. And I can tell you this, you're going to really feel the impacts over the weekend because that wind, when it shifts back to the west like we saw last weekend, people are going to really notice it because it becomes aerosolized and people will have that tickle of the throat, the cough, the sneezing, the water in the eyes. I think that'll be an issue. The thing is, it's come back in patches. It's not everywhere. I was out in the bay on Wednesday, all throughout Sarasota Bay behind Longboat, as well as Lido, as well as Siesta Key, and it was patchy. Some areas were very clear. You can see the water all the way down, you can see the ground or the sea bottom all the way through the water there. We are looking at the Lakewood Ranch webcam right here, showing you some high cirrus clouds moving in at times. Those clouds are going to thicken up, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening, and bring with it a real good chance for showers and now even a few thunderstorms, I think, as the line of storms moves through. Now, we can expect a few evening showers. Not everyone's going to get this, but I showed you that one patchy area. I'll show it to you again, heading off from the Gulf toward the north-northeast. Expect mainly afternoon, evening shower and thunderstorm activity tomorrow. And then that front goes south and then it heads back north as a warm front on Sunday. And that kind of situation brings a light to moderate rainfall. It's kind of an all-day rain thing, on again and off again. So that'll be a kind of a concern for Sunday if you have outdoor activities. As far as the cold front goes right now, it's still well back to the west of us. It lost a lot of its energy because that low pressure area has now moved off to the north. But there'll be another secondary push as another low comes out of the Midwest and gives it that extra push through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Right now you can see a few light rain showers just offshore, some inland showers well east of I-75, in fact into Highlands County right now. And you see the general motion is off to the north-northeast. So as I said, you can expect a possibility of a brief shower, but not much at all this evening. So if you have any outdoor plans tonight, the only problem may be a bit breezy as that goes. Some big storms firing up into Tallahassee right now. Pushing off to the east, some rough weather here, the potential for severe storms. This was the same front that brought the possible tornado to Mississippi overnight, and they had some big rain here. This is what we're going to see Saturday over Louisiana, clear skies there. We'll see that for one day and then one day only as it moves off to the north. The futurecast, and this can change. Remember, the timing of the front not exact, so a few showers tonight are possible. We should start off okay tomorrow, maybe one or two lone showers. We'll see some clouds though. And then the actual front still well back to the west of us. By noon, a chance for showers, but more so after 3, 4 o'clock, you'll see that line making its way onshore, and some of those could be thunderstorms. And then the secondary front will move through sometime in the early morning hours on Saturday. Eventually, it settles down to the south, and we start to see some clearing behind it on Saturday. Saturday looks pretty good. Sunday, not the best, it looks like. And as I mentioned, those winds will be shifting more to the west and southwest beginning tomorrow evening. And again, through Saturday, it looks like out of the west, northwest, which could be bringing that red tide back on shore. I know some anglers that go offshore have reported some dead fish out there about 10 miles offshore. So some PM showers for Friday, showers and a few storms for boaters as well. Southwest winds at 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet. It'll stay kind of breezy Saturday, too, for boaters. The extended forecast then calling for a nice day Saturday, Sunday, showers in and out throughout the day, and then looking good for Election Day, a 20% chance of rain, a high temperature right around 87, but a little bit warm. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. We're seeing construction on US 41 in Sarasota is causing some slowdowns. This is at the roundabout projects, but the slowdowns happening at 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th Street intersections along US 41 in North Sarasota. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, Apple is embarking on a study that looks into using the Apple Watch to warn people of irregular heart rhythms. ABC's Lana Zach gives us a look.
Atrial fibrillation is the most common cardiac arrhythmia in the United States. Over 5 million people have it, and it's linked to a higher risk of stroke, heart failure, and blood clots. People, though, may not even know that they have it. So that's why Apple and Stanford University want to see if they can change that using the Apple Watch and an iPhone. If the watch picks up the arrhythmia, it can signal the wearer and steer them to treatment. The study has enrolled 400,000 people, and though there are no results yet, they're hoping that an apple a day, so to speak, may help people find a risk that they can treat. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lana Zach.
The Food and Drug Administration says it has discussed with manufacturers how to curb e-cigarette use among teens. In recent months, the agency has called electronic cigarette use among youth an epidemic and has set out to address that dangerous trend. The agency says the companies acknowledged the serious public health consequences associated with youth use of tobacco products, and they also presented proposals on ways to try and reverse that trend. Coming up, a woman drives through the front of a liquor store in Michigan. A look at the charges she's now facing. And what investigators say caused a rocket launch to fail last month. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com. Gatto's got it.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
This fall, experience golf at a higher level, where the courses are exceptionally beautiful and incredibly challenging. On Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, enjoy unlimited golf, including cart and range balls from $112 a day. Beautiful, deadly, irresistible. Is your game ready for the trail? Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com for tee times and get your game on. The trail.
Be a Heart Walk hero. I'm Scott Dennis. Join ABC 7 and the American Heart Association for the 2018 Suncoast Heart Walk. It's Saturday, November 10th at J.D. Hamill Park. Walk with us to help raise funds to fight heart disease and stroke. Your support will help us advance life-saving breakthroughs that will keep more hearts beating. We can't save lives without your help. Register for free and walk with us to have fun and help hearts. For more information, visit suncoastheartwalk.org.
Find out first at 4 on the Suncoast with ABC 7 News at 4.
ABC 7 News at 4 starts with a detailed look at your first alert weather forecast to help you plan and prepare. We give you a fresh, fast-paced rundown of the day's top stories and videos, including breaking news, live updates, and traffic hotspots, all at a new, more convenient time. Find out first at 4, weekdays on ABC 7.
A liquor store in Michigan is damaged after a woman drove right through the front of it on Tuesday night. Store clerk said she was driving erratically before the crash. The SUV made it completely inside the store, crashing into a man. Store workers believe he had broken bones and internal injuries. The driver was arrested at the scene. She's now charged with driving under the influence of a controlled substance, causing injury, and as a habitual offender.
Investigators say a damaged sensor caused the launch failure of a Soyuz rocket last month. The spacecraft was attempting to send a crew to the International Space Station when that mission aborted automatically. The head of the commission investigating that incident said a nozzle cover on an oxidizer tank failed to open, and that may have led to the separation of the booster rocket.
Not all heroes wear capes. In fact, some of them wear hard hats and neon vests. And here he is trudging through knee-deep water to unclog a drain on a major road in Houston. Heavy rain hit that area earlier this week, causing street flooding across the city. City officials say landscaping clippings and pieces of a shredded tire caused that drain to plug. But once it was cleared, it wasn't long before traffic started moving again. And those drivers had that man to thank. If only they knew who he was, right?
I know, and I was going to say, he probably has no idea that he is now going viral and saved that day for so many people. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, Venice residents are facing a new problem with the downtown construction project.
And we'll tell you about a city requirement in Sarasota for developers who are interested in building a hotel or high-rise condo in the area.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Introducing the ABC 7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way. The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC 7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? or helps us pretend, or teaches us rules, or to be creative. Actually, every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.